If you're looking for one charger to keep in your tech bag, you want the Anker Prime 160 watt because this has 3 USB-C ports, 160 watts of power to go between all of them, and it's smaller than the charger that came with your laptop. Check it out next to the AirPods Pro case. This thing is tiny, so if you're tired of carrying 3 different charger bricks, this is able to replace all of them. And in this video, I'm going to show you everything that's nice about this charger, as well as a couple of issues I've had with it and things to be aware of with the Prime 160 watt. And before we go any further, I want to give a huge shout out to Anker for sending me this to test and review. I've got no input in this content. This is my honest thoughts and opinions after using this for a long time. The first thing I noticed when I got this out of the box is it's tiny. I also have the Anker 140 watt laptop charger, and it's bigger than this one. This one also finally drops the USB-A port, so all you get on it is 3 USB-C ports. One other thing that's super cool about the design with this is the ports actually face downward when you plug it into a wall, which to me just looks a little bit nicer, and it puts less stress on the plug, which keeps it in the wall better. Another thing that's super cool about this is it actually has a display on it that rotates depending on the orientation of the charger. So if you got it in the standard orientation with all your ports down, you can still read it. If you got it sideways, the display will rotate, or if you put it on the top outlet and you have the ports sticking up, it'll rotate for that as well. Let's talk about the power split between all of these. The most power you can get out of a single port on this is 140 watts, and it can go out of any of the ports. Power delivery 3.1, so this can fast charge a 16-inch MacBook Pro from dead to 50% in about 25 minutes. If you use 2 ports on this, you can max out at 100 watts and 60 watts, which would be great for running a MacBook Pro at full speed and a second device running pretty hard at the same time. If you go to 3 ports, you get 100, 30, and 30 watts, so that can make your laptop get priority, and then the phone and the tablet with less power. But this is where the app comes in, because you can actually pair this to your phone using Bluetooth. You can monitor the power going out of this, and you can also change the port settings on this. So you can get on the app and go to charging mode, and then you can go down from the AI mode to the standard mode, and you can either make port 1 have the port priority, or you can also change it to dual laptop mode, which will prioritize laptop charging out of the 2 main ports that you're using. Also, by default, this does come in that AI 2.0 mode, which is going to detect surplus power being used across the ports and redistribute it to make sure that all your devices are getting charged with optimal efficiency. You can also always set up a custom mode where you get in and you tune the exact amount of power that you want each port to be able to get. One other nice thing is you can actually use this to shut off power to different ports, which could be useful if you've got devices plugged in that you need to switch off or on. You can also see a lot of other parameters without using the app, like the total amount of power on it, and you can change how long the display is on and the brightness of the screen all through the app as well. You can even set a custom screensaver up with this, which is a feature I haven't seen in any other wall charger. Here's the biggest drawback with the Prime 160 watt charger. You can expect about 20 to 25 minutes with that 160 watt output before this will hit the high temperatures and the active shield kicks in. It'll drop the output on this down to 100 or 110 watts of power and hold it there. But from my testing, the 110 watts is stable. It's not going to keep dropping the total power down. Really, I would say this is a 110 watt charger with that boost of being able to hit 160 watts for a little bit. For most people who are charging overnight, or if you're just quickly topping off a computer at a coffee shop, you're not going to hit that ceiling. But if you're doing long video renders with a 16-inch MacBook Pro and you're loading all 3 ports on this, the 160 watts of power on this is really going to last for a sprint, not a marathon. Also, if you're charging some of the larger power banks like this laptop power bank, this is perfect for keeping it charged because the laptop power bank tops out at 100 watts of power anyways. But for some of the other larger ones that can support up to 150 watts, it will throttle after a little bit of charging that. A couple of other things we need to talk about with this. This does retail for about $150, and it doesn't include a USB-C cable in the box, which is okay, but it does sting a little bit with the price that this comes in at. Apple does also have their 140 watt single port charger, which is bigger than this and just gives you 1 port to charge 1 device, but that one doesn't run into the thermal throttling the way that this does. If you really just want a charger to keep a large MacBook Pro charged and then occasionally charge other devices, that Apple one's probably better buy because it's just $80, but this one's the better buy for you if you have more devices and you want the efficiency of having multiple ports on it, as well as the size savings, because this one's really convenient to carry around in your tech bag. And you also get the smart display on it, app-based power control, and just the much smaller form factor are all trade-offs that make this a really great option. I'd say the biggest pros to this is the fact that it's so small for being 160 watts of power. The fact that every port on this is USB-C, no more USB-A. Thank you, Anker. Also, the smart display with the real-time per port wattage, the app-based customization, and live monitoring from your phone. The clean look of having the ports facing down on this are all amazing features. And of course, you can still go from 0 to 50% in 25 minutes on your 16-inch MacBook Pro. That's an amazing feature. Biggest drawbacks, no cable, throttling to 110 watts of power after 20 to 25 minutes. And the AI mode split is not always predictable. Really, if you need to make sure that you have this set exactly how you want it, use the app for customization. Overall, this is a great charger if you've got tons of devices. If you got a MacBook Pro, it's got lots of power to give this that sprint charging. And for devices like the MacBook Air, iPad Pro, iPad Air, your iPhone, AirPods, any other devices, this is going to have more than enough power to keep everything going when you're traveling. If you're interested in buying one of these, I got links to buy in the description below. If you got any other questions, leave a comment. I'd love to hear them. Like this video, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any upcoming content.